woke us about the bed this morning very early.
Who called you?
Sean, his uncle that came in for the funeral, he called and he told me don't be alarmed, but from the time he told me that, I felt it was something beyond the usual thing. So then he told me that Michael got into an accident and he is dead. My God. So that hit me there, and then a member from the church came and picked us up and carried us to the site. So very handy young man, church-wise, home-wise, and other ways. And we are going to miss him, because anything you can call on him, and he lives in Christchurch now, but he is as if he were here. Okay? So we are going to miss him, very much so. He plays the keyboard at 2 of the churches. We have 2 churches, one there and one here. And he comes here up to Thursday and he cleaned the lawn, and he is going to be missed. Yes, ma'am. And I tell you this, this might be a secret, but when I was sick, I went to the hospital. Out of my 7 children, Michael was the only one that came and kissed me. So I remember that about him, and I had planned that he would be one of the ones to take care of me when I'm gone. But he is no longer. Amen.
Oldest sister. And basically we are just really trying to come to grips with what has happened this morning, with his fatal passing. And we're just surrounding each other, you know, to be the strength and the support that we can. And of course, we are really trusting in the grace that flows from above, from the upper realm. That is basically what has taken us through this. It is never easy to lose a family member. As a nurse, I'm a nurse, and I always say that even if a person had to live to 300 years, if it was possible, at their passing, you know, the loss, the grief that is experienced is always, you know, tantamount. It's very, very difficult. Michael was only 34 years in the prime of his life, you know, loved life, loved people, and had a lot of friends. He was a self-taught musician. My parents pride and joy basically because we are all grown up. And Michael is the one who would have been closer to them, you know. And I know it would be really very difficult for them. But we will get through this. That is what family does, At this time, you know, where everybody is celebrating Christmas and people are doing a lot of stuff, you know, it is just my opinion that is how people want to. But the things that we focus on, not really important. You know, family is important. Our relationship with God is important. These are the things that are going to take us from the cradle, as it were, to the grave. And we need to put the significance and the focus on what is really, really important. There's nothing, as much as we love Michael and as much as we've shared with him, there's nothing that we can do now to bring him back to us physically. We have to release him and let him go. It is true that, you know, a sparrow does not fall from the sky unless our sovereign God wills it, unless he allows it. And it would be the wish for everybody, you know, that they can choose the time of their exit, where they have their family members surrounding them, and, you know, they're able to make peace with their God, and they're able to do even as King David would have done, you know, bless his children or bless, you know, your loved ones and give them a word to take them through their lives. You know, that is how people would prefer to go, but that is not our choice. And even as I reflect on what would have happened this morning, I am comforted in this, that, you know, God, when he gave his son, it really was himself that he gave to mankind. He gave himself to mankind. And all we have at the end of the day is ourselves the choice that we have made and our God. Yeah? And I believe that it will take some time to really, for this thing to really settle within within our minds and within our hearts. But at this time, as I said, there's nothing that we can do to bring him back. My focus now is on my dad. He's 80 years old, and my mom, she's 72. Just making sure that I'm available, I'm here, so that if they need that kind of support, that I'm able to give that. Yeah. I think about the other person or persons who were involved also in the accident, and my prayers certainly are with them, because it is never easy. Death is ultimate, but it's never easy to when you are going through pain, when you have broken bones. It causes such chaos to take place in the lives of other family members trying to cope with everything that has happened. But we are strong in our faith, strong in our faith towards God, and we will get through this. Even though it is a setback, I believe that God is going to get glory in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Michael is your only sibling?
No, Michael is actually our adopted brother. We had Michael. He came at 4 months, and I believe at 3 years, I think we would have adopted him legally. Yeah. So he's a part of us. We were all grown up, and Michael was the little one, for my parents. So that's why I say, and he and my, dad, and they are very, very attached. They were very, very attached.
So how many of you are there?
There were 7 in all, 6 biological, and Michael would have been the 7th. Yeah.
Okay. You said he had a passion for music.
Yeah, he self-taught himself, and
that was throughout school.
Yeah, he was always very hands-on, like to disassemble things, take them apart and put them back together. And music was one of his passions, well, maybe the only one that I know of. He also was very, very active in the church. He would play the keyboard in the church. He would also do the maintenance with the church lawns. Even my home, he would come. He came just last week, because this is a new week, and he tidy up, cut the grass and things like that. Very reliable. You can call on him all the time. And I remember as he was leaving to go, I said, Mike, just be careful, yeah?